We're back. We're back, including more conversation about women's basketball here on the FanWire podcast. And we're talking Unrivaled. Unrivaled kicked off this morning, or actually earlier today, but then it could have been morning depending on where you're at. And it was action-packed from the beginning of the very first play. So now we're going to break down real quick what happened. Then during halftime, we're going to break it down a little bit more. All right. So let's see. Let me get this situated here. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. And we thank everybody for tuning in for season 2 of Unrivaled. And yeah, it's popping off. They're doing good things. That the whole entire production looked great. I mean, it looked better than the NBA, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to keep this thing right. All right. So we're getting this together for you. And so the first game we had the Miss versus the High. All right. And I got one more thing to add, and we gonna be rocking. We'll get to it. All right, we're almost here. We're almost here. We're running a little behind schedule. All right, here we go. All right, so the initial game was the Miss versus the Hive. The Miss you can tell they were seasoned veterans, right? Whether they are seasoned veterans when it comes to Unrivaled or just the WNBA period, right? So on this team, you have Breonna Stewart, Enrique Ogunwale, you have Alicia Gray, and also the newcomers of Veronica Burton, Alana Smith, and Lee Uru. So the starters for the Miss were Veronica Burton, Alicia Gray, and Breonna Stewart. The Hive had as starters Sonia Citron, Easy Magador, and Kelsey Mitchell. My prediction for this game was the Miss was going to get the victory, right? Sonia Citron is, a Washington Mystic. I'm all about my Mystic. So I was excited to see what she did today. She definitely was productive, but it wasn't enough. Alicia Gray had 21 points, 9 rebounds, and she shot 2 of 4 from 3. So she was let's say, the best player in this game, right? The most productive player. Veronica Burton, Ms. Consistency. She is a dog. She can get a bucket. 14 points, along with 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Now that's the type of stat line you need. Hopefully she come on over to the Mystics. Throwing that in the atmosphere. All right. Now, Breonna Stewart, one of the matriarchs of the Unrivaled Basketball League, 12 points along with 5 rebounds. Yeah. Enrique had 12 points. Alana Smith, 10 points. So let's talk more about the Hive, right? The Hive, you had Sonia Citron, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and you got Kelsey Mitchell with 11 points. She shot 4 of 13 just like Sonia Citron, she shot 3 of 12. They didn't shoot that way, right? They shot from the field 35%. There's no way you're going to win a game shooting like that. I don't care who you got on your team. Monique Billings, good to see her back from injury, doing her thing. She dropped 16 points, but it just wasn't enough. Had 10 rebounds. She had a very solid game for the Hive. But they got to figure out who's going to score and who's going to be able to shoot consistently. We know this is game one, so they're still trying to figure things out. They're still getting used to the atmosphere, getting back to running and gunning. So, we'll see how this goes as things go forward. All right. So now let's talk about the second game. The second game, we had the Vinyl versus the Laces. The Laces, again, was a pick for me. I knew who was going to get this game. And when you watch this game it looked like it was getting out of hand early. Looked like the Vinyl was running away with this game. But no. It didn't end up like that. As you can see, the score was 58-42. The Laces. All right, so now let's get into these box scores and who did what. All right, so with the Vinyl, the Erica Hamby had 8 points, 9 rebounds. Well, actually 11 rebounds. Let me say that correctly. But she only shot 4 of 10 from the field. Ryan Howard, 10 points, 3 rebounds while shooting 3 of 15 from the field. Not good. It's not good. You gotta be able to put the ball in the hoop. But it also just lets you know that things, when it comes to Unrivaled, you have to be in super tip top shape. You have to be willing to run. You gotta get that win going. So I really believe that when it comes to the starters and actually everybody on these teams, they gotta get used to this run. So I think by this weekend when the games are going, they got a pretty much a whole week to get conditioned and then get treatment and all that stuff. The production from all of these players will pick up. Not worry about it. All right. So Courtney Williams was another starter for the Vinyl. 8 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. I would have expected Courtney to have more assists than that. But hey, it is what it is. And she fouled out of the game. Hey, some fouls were like, hey, you could do a little better there, buddy. But, it is what it is, right? Now, Ray Burrell came and brought good energy off of the bench, but it really didn't translate to the stat sheet, to the box score. So it is what it is. Brittany Griner, big BG just came in and got took up some space. Let's just say that, right? Erica Wheeler, she was back at home. She is from the Miami area, and she was super ecstatic to be able to play in front of her home, her family, her friends. She had like a whole section of people out there. Yeah, it was dope. I'm happy for her, right? She was definitely productive. 12 points, 5 rebounds, shot 4 of 10, shot 2 of 6 from 3. They got to shoot better. As you can see, 35% from the field. If you're shooting 35%, you're most likely not going to win. But that is the one thing about shooting an Unrivaled. You're not going to be as efficient as you would be in a WNBA game just because of the format, the pace, and the space, right? Because, you're on an island. It's either mano a mano. Who's going to get it? Who's going to do what they do? All right. So now let's talk about the Laces. Now, the Laces, you had Brittany Sykes with 19 points. Her 3 wasn't dropping early in the game, but she was like, I'm not going to settle for the 3. She ended up taking it downhill, getting to the mid-range, and then she started doing her thing, right? 19 points again, 7 rebounds. She shot, 2 or 6 from the 3, and she was like, "Hey, this ain't working. I'm gonna go do something else." She ended up shooting 8 of 17 from the field, which is great. Right? Um, Alyssa Thomas didn't have the greatest shooting night. Even though when you look at her shooting percentage, it was spot on, but I expected her to have more, right? But she played like that Draymond Green role for this team. Um, she had 6 points. She was definitely frustrated with her play early on, and she was like, "Okay, let me get it together." So she started going and playing and doing other things. So she was a rebound machine, 8 rebounds. I expected her to have more assists. She had 3 assists, but it's all good. Jackie Young, 15 points, 2 of 4 from 3, 6 of 14 from the field. Did real well. 5 rebounds. All right. Jordan Canada, Nas Hillman, and Maddie Seegers, they came off of the bench and did their thing too. Right. Nas Hillman, 8 rebounds, 4 points. She was the engine for this team, right? She was doing the dirty work for this team. So if Jackie Young ended up hitting the go-ahead shot to win this game, and again, the final got out early on the Laces. They was up by double digits early, and it was like, hey, the Laces like, yo, we too good for this. They ended up turning it up, and actually, Brittany Sykes scored probably like 9 or 11 points in the third quarter. Turn this thing around. Yeah, they're gonna be tough. I expect them to be a strong contender for the championship this season. Keep that in mind. Yeah. All right. So now it's almost game time. It's time for us to get ready to see this action. Y'all pretty much won't be able to see what I see, but we're gonna talk through it while you guys are actually watching the game on your side. You can watch the game on, I believe it's on TNT tonight. But there are so many ways that you can watch Unrivaled basketball. So yeah, get ready. Cause this coming. So let me know in the comments who do you think is going to win tonight's matchup between the Lunar Owls and the Rose. Right? Again, y'all can watch it on TNT, True TV, HBO Max. There's so many ways that you can watch. So many ways that you can watch. All right. Let's see here. Let me get my action going on because I gotta see what's popping. So for everybody that's tuned in right now, in the comments, let me know where you're tuned in from. Where are y'all watching Unrivaled at tonight? Y'all could be down in Miami. Y'all could be on the West Coast. Y'all could be in a whole nother country. Where y'all at? Check in with me. Tap in with me. But I think that for this matchup that's coming up, I really believe that it might be a win for the Rose tonight. But we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Rose tonight. They got too many pieces. So So Summer Breeze 6250 is checking in from the DMV. That's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Okay, all right, all right. We appreciate you for tuning in. What other people, where else y'all from? What y'all got going on here? All right, so let's see here. All right, so the roles, right? They have Chelsea Gray, Talia Copper, Lexi Hall, Shakira Austin, Azuru Stevens, and Sugg Sutton. That's a squad. You got point guard, you got 3-point shooting, you got defense, you got rebounding, you got a big that can run the floor. That's a squad right there. I look for them to probably be in the championship as well. So my bet is going to be on the Rose for this game. Hey, for my bets today, I'm 2 of 2. Yeah. Yeah, the laces early. And also you got the miss as well. Let me see if I can be 4 for 4. 4 for 4 on my bets. Let's see what's popping. All right. So I'm going with the Rose with this one because Nafisa Collier is out. She is one of the other spearhead of Unrivaled basketball. Nafisa Collier is out for the whole Unrivaled season due to a double surgery on her ankle, right? So she's definitely immobilized right now. She wants to get herself ready. So whenever the WNBA season comes around, she'll be ready. But on the rest of the squad, you got Skylar Diggins, you got Marina Mabry, you have Aaliyah Edwards, you got Rachel Bannon, and you have Rebecca Allen, right? So this is a good squad. Skylar Diggins is a vet. She sets the tone for every squad she's on. Marina Mabry, 3-point bomber. Wow, she is also a tough cookie to crack. Then you got Aaliyah Edwards, definitely a capable ball player. Rachel Bannon, 3-point shooter, and Rebecca Allen. I'll just say this. I think that the Roses are going to get them because they have more team speed and they can do a lot of things well, right? So that's going to be that's who I'm going with, right? So let's get to this box score because this game has started. All right, so the Rose is up 5-0. I'm trying to tell y'all. I hope y'all put y'all bet in real quick. I'm trying to tell you. I hope it won't be ugly, but I think that the Rose are gonna get out on. All right, so I gotta cut this game on. I ain't even cut the game on yet. I'm tripping. I'm sitting here talking. Not even cut the game on yet. So, who do you all think are going to win the game tonight? Think the Rose going to get it, or do you think another team going to get it? You think the Rose, or is it going to be Luna Isles? Make this a little bit bigger. I'm not the focus here. Keep these stats as number one. There we go. All right. So Aaliyah Edwards, 2 points, very capable. She actually shined really, really well in Unrivaled last season, and she almost actually won the one-on-one tournament. But you know, it didn't. She didn't win. The feast, the FISA Queen Collier did her thing and got that victory. And a lot of people thought that Aaliyah Edwards, the way that she played in Unrivaled was going to translate into the WNBA season, but it never really panned out that way. So, some things are what they are. So she ended up getting traded, and yeah. So now let's talk about these roles. Azuru Stevens is killing it. 8 points. 8 points already. 3 of 8 from the field. So she's shooting everything right now. She is taking control here. She got 5 rebounds. Yeah. I don't think Luna is going to be able to keep up. I don't think so. Let's get back to this here. Did anybody catch the early games? If so, what do you think about the early games? All right, so yeah. I expect that the Lunar Owls probably will be making some substitutions here quickly because they need a spot. They need something else to get them going. All right, so Chelsea Gray has hit a 2-point shot. Also has an assist already. And Leah Edwards has scored again. Okay. Score is now 15-5. This is looking like it's going to be ugly real quick. All right, so Leah Edwards now has 5 points and is pretty much the only one that is being able is productive for the Lunar Owls. And surprisingly, Skylar Diggins was not a starter. The Lunar Owls, their starters were Rebecca Allen, Aaliyah Edwards, and Maria Mabry. They're not the swiftest with their feet, that lineup. And yeah, I'm sure that they're getting burnt up. So now you got Chelsea Gray as a starter. You got Lexi Hall and Azura Stevens. So that team is definitely expected to get out on them. And the Roses already went to their bench and getting good production from Sugg Sutton and Shakira Austin, or Washington Mystics. That's the one thing about the Washington Mystics. Their entire starting lineup, they are playing in Unrivaled. Yeah. Yeah. One interesting fact that a lot of people already know, but some of y'all might not. 95% of the players that played in the WNBA last year are going to be free agents this offseason. So you know what that means? That means that the WNBA, right, are going to be able to see all of these players and see how they can fit with their team, what they've been working on, how good they are. Yeah, remember that. Remember that. So whoever your favorite WNBA team is, guess what? There's a good chance that you might be looking at some of your new players that you're going to be rooting for on your team. Yeah, know that. Scores 21-7. This is going to be bad. They are definitely running away. 14-point lead. They are running away with this one. All right, so Azura Stevens, 10 points. Shakira Austin, 6 points. Sugg Sutton, 3 points. Kalia Copper has not entered the game yet, but I don't really think there's a rush to put her in because this game is a runaway at this point. Chelsea Gray, 4 points. So now we look at the Lunar Owls. They have Leah Edwards, 7 points, and Teamy Beanie, 2 points. They don't really have too much scoring punch. And Skylar Diggins has not entered the game. I don't know what this is going on. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so now we're looking at 25-9. And as Zura Stevens is still a high point scorer for Rose, 10 points. Shakira Austin is creeping up with 8 points. Very consistent. They are overwhelming the Lunar Owls. This doesn't look like it's going to be close at all. Surprisingly, at this point, Lexi Hall has not hit a shot. I would have expected her to hit a three, but plenty more game to be played. She does have 4 rebounds. Did pick up 2 fouls, so you know, definitely giving Sutton opportunity to get some playing time. As a matter of fact, folks, give me one quick moment. I will be stepping away, but I'll be right back with you real quick. Just bear with me. Right. Having some technical difficulties here. So I have to find another way to be able to watch this game. So give me 2 more seconds. But as an update, the score is now 35-11. And again, they are running away with this. This is over. The Lunar Owls can't score. Okay, so Chelsea Gray, 10 points. Lexi Hall has scored, but she does have 3 fouls. So it doesn't look like she's going to get a lot of action tonight. Zero Stevens still has 10. Shakira Austin has 10. And Sugg has 3. 41-15. I'm at this point, I'm looking at 75-30, maybe. What y'all think? right? Being creative here. Technical difficulties being able to watch this game, but I'm going to figure out a way. All right, now we cooking. Now we cooking. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Now we really are able to give you guys some live action reactions. Score is now 45-19. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, so on the floor now, you have Kelsey Gray, you got Azura Stevens, and Suggs Sutton. Kelsey Gray is playing with them, throwing behind the back passes from the top of the key to a cut and Azura Stevens. They playing with their food. They playing with their food. So it's now 47-19. My TV is just a little bit behind, but you know, we still getting to it. So now on the floor for the Lunar Owls is Marina Mabry, Timmy Fagambini, and Rebecca Hatt. Okay. Mabry is taking it to the rack. Okay, now I see what's going on. Okay, Skylar Diggins. I was surprised she didn't start, but she is in street clothes. So, we'll give you an update as to the reason why. But Shakira Austin is on the floor, has entered the game. And Sugg is shooting a three. In and out, in and out. So they're playing hard, they're playing tough. Good hard fouls. So Kelsey Gray now has 16 points, 5 assists, and is shooting lights out from 3 or 5. So she has earned her break. Score is now 50-24. All right. So it's coming down to the wire. And about 30-something seconds left in the game. Score is now 52-24. Uh-oh. They're getting a little heated, a little testy. That's one thing that Marina Mabry is known for, being a firecracker and can get some things rocking. So they get into it. Little pushing and shoving between Suggs Sutton and Marina Mabry caught Suggs with an elbow to her chin, then ends up pushing her. This is getting a little testy already. There's some drama popping. So it's still a little bit of time left in this first half. And we want to see if it turns up a little bit more from here. If y'all not watching the game, they're getting heated already. Pushing, shoving, throwing elbows, good basketball. It's hard. They playing hard, but it's a little bit extra right now. It's a little extra right. So let's see if they dap it up and play nice, or we want to see if this thing escalates. 30 seconds left in the game. So Summer Breeze 6250 says Marina is a bully. I would say Marina will bully some folk. Yes. She's not a bully to everybody, but she does definitely bully some folk. She definitely will get into it with players. So she's not scared of much. But We'll see what happens. We got a few more seconds left in this first half. Let's see if the refs say, "Hey, we gotta get this under control," or they're like, "Yo, we got to cook it." But if you're looking at the unrivaled floor, you'll notice that it's a little different. This floor is specifically made for 3-on-3 basketball with an unrivaled touch. So the court is smaller, so that's going to lead to more fast breaks and more opportunity. Okay. Playing super hard. Shakira Austin going in for the rebound and really took out somebody. Took out one of the Lunar Isles. I guess that was some payback. Because Suggs Sutton is Shakira Austin's teammate on the Mystics. So they like, yo, they sticking up for each other. If Suggs can't get you, Shakira gonna get you. So Azura Stevens was just a casualty of the moment. No, I'm sorry, not Shakira. Timmy was a casualty of the moment, but it did lead to a free throw. So we'll see what's going on. Let's see who's going to get this last second. The heave from half court almost made it. Almost made it. So we'll see what happens going into the second half. But as of right now, the score is now 52-27 at halftime. This game doesn't look like it's going to get close at all. This looks like it's going to be a severe runaway. But yeah, y'all should just tune in, check out Unrivaled, check out the production, check out what they got cooking. And yeah, that's what I say. Check them out. Check them out. But we had halftime, and if you didn't catch the games from earlier today, we had two games that came on. The first game came on at 1 o'clock, and the first game was between the Mist and the Hive, and that game was 72-56. The Mist ran away with that game. The high score was Alicia Gray, and she had 21 points, 9 rebounds, shot really well. Another good contributor was Veronica Burton. And for the high score was Monique Billings off of the bench. Good to see Monique back because, you know, she went down with injury last season. And Kelsey Mitchell was another strong performer. And for the second game, you had the Vinyl versus the Laces. The Vinyl got out early. It looked like that game was going to be a runaway because they were up by double digits. And the Laces was like, this is not what we came to do. They pulled it together because that's a team of veterans. And they got the victory, 58-42. The high performer was Brittany Sykes, along with actually, let me pull this up so y'all can see it. Yeah, so the Vinyl. Well, again, I'm sorry. The Brittany Sykes had 19 points, and in the third quarter, she went on an amazing run. She was the catalyst to bring the Laces back from defeat because it looked like it was going to be over. Jackie Young was a strong contributor with 15 points and 5 rebounds. She also hit the winning go-ahead shot. And for the Vinyl, you had Erica Wheeler off of the bench, Miami's own, showing off and showing out for her friends and family, you know, since she's from Miami and then down there in Miami doing her thing. And she ended up with 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Solid effort. Ryan Howard, 10 points. And, of course, De'Erica Hamby was doing her thing with 8 points and 11 rebounds. So there were some action-packed games. The first game was a runaway, and it seems like as of this point, the first nightcap game, it looks like this is going to be a runaway too. The Roads are out 52-27. It looks like it's a wrap, folks. You know, I got to drink a little water here. Don't mind me. All right. All this talking, get you parched, get you thirsty. All right. So, do you all think that the Roads are going to stay ahead in this game, or do you think that the Lunar Owls are going to be able to figure it out during halftime and figure out a way to get some points and some stops? Because they're going to need to get a whole lot of stops. Aaliyah Edwards is the bright point for the Lunar Owls with 15 points and 6 rebounds. And she is doing her thing. We're pretty much picking up where she left off from last season in Unrivaled, because she had these similar stat lines. She's got to translate it into the WNBA when they come back. But I think she will. And she does have her teammate on the squad with Marina Mabry, 8 points, 6 rebounds, and with 3 assists. But surprisingly, she's 0 for 6 from 3. So they're going to need, Lunar Owls are going to need Marina Mabry to hit threes in this next, or the second half of the game. There's no way, no how that they're going to be able to pull this thing out if Marina Mabry is not shooting well and Rachel Banning is not shooting well. You already are without your floor general and Skylar Diggins, and you're without the star, Nafisa Collier. So it's going to be ultra tough for the Lunar Owls to pull this out. But they got to do what they got to figure something out. Coach got to figure something out, because they are 0 for 7 behind the arc. So they haven't hit a 3 all game. They need to get additional points, even if it's just, hey, taking it to the rack and just trying to get a foul so that you can get some free throws. You need as many extra opportunities and extra shots as you can get. There's no way that they're going to be able to pull this out without some way to get some additional production. I think that push and shove by Mabry, that elbow, was a way to try to get the Lunar Owls to wake up, to show some fight. But Team Rose, they just a little bit too much for them. They a little bit too much. Again, Chelsea Gray, 16 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, 4 or 5 from 3, 6 or 7 from the field. Super efficient. The point guard is hey, Chelsea Gray is doing. And she's out there throwing assists, wraparound passes behind the back, and she's just playing with her food. Now, Azura Stevens is playing really, really well as well, with 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2 or 5 from the 3. And she's a starter. So, all again, 90% of these players are free agents in the WNBA. So, these are auditions for their next opportunities, whether it's with their current teams or with a whole new team. Yeah. This is great free agent marketing, because everybody's eyes are on each of these players. And it's like, hey, what can you do to help out in your new situation or your current situation? Yeah. I think that this is going to be a good look. All right. So now, additionally for the Rose, you got Shakira Austin with 10 points, 4 rebounds, and She's shooting real well. She's doing her thing. But the bulk of her points are coming from the free throw line. And with that being said, that means that she is abusing the Luna Owls. If she's able to get to the free throw line, well, actually, she's 3 or 3. She's leading in free throws. All right, so now we're back in action. That's another thing about Unrivaled. Halftime is only a couple minutes. Pretty much a commercial break, and we back with the action. There's no reason and it's not a need to continue with a whole bunch of commercial breaks. All right, so Rose came out and they tried to run some good offense, but they turned it over. And the starters of the second half, you have Marina Mabry, you have Rebecca Allen and Aaliyah Edwards again. And Aaliyah Edwards is killing 19 points. She is burning it up down low, but it's just not enough. So on the Rose, they have Chelsea Gray coming back out, Lexi Hall, and Azura Stevens. Yeah, Leah Edwards, she's going to score all the points tonight. Let's just say that. She's going to score at least, let's say, 65, 70% of the Luna Owls' points. She's the only one acting like that she want to play. I thought that was a travel by Rebecca Allen. Shuffle those toes and feet a little bit. Oh my goodness. Chelsea Gray is making it look so easy. So easy. Okay. Yeah. They just need to, the Lunar Owls, whatever play they have designed, it just needs to end up in Aaliyah Edwards' hand because she's the only one capable of even coming remotely close to making a shot. Okay, Marina Mabry, she came down cross half court and launches a 3. And that's good. She is now 1 of 8 from 3. So that could be a spark for the Luna Owls to get them going, get the oil back in the engine. But we'll see. Between Lee Edwards and Marina Mabry, Mabry probably just needed to shoot like 3 more shots. Just check it. Just put it up, no matter what. There you go. There you go. Marina Mabry shoots a 3, but she got hacked by by Lexi Hall. I think Lexi Hall, she just wanted something to bench today because she now has 4 fouls. They're gonna have to take her out of the game again. Yeah. There you go. Marina shoot a 3 again, but it was an air ball. Somebody is a little tired. The legs might be a little tired for her. Even though it shouldn't be that tired. She just came from halftime. But, this is Unrivaled basketball. This is a totally different format. It's a lot of running up and down the court. And, yeah. All right, so now, Marina Mabry took it to the rack against 2 Rose players, but she didn't get the bucket, but she did end up getting an opportunity for Leah Edwards. She had an offensive rebound, put it right back up. They're trying. The Lunar Owls are trying to crawl and scrape their way back into this game. The Rose had to take a little time out there. It's now 56-38. And yeah, my TV feed is a little behind. So I'm sure that the Unrivaled website is a little faster than what I'm seeing and maybe what you're seeing. But we're still having a good time. We're still talking through it. Do you guys think that the Lunar Owls are going to score 55 points in this game? Or do you think that's still tough to sell? You think that's a tough sell or what? All right, so coming back from timeout, you have Chelsea Gray, Suggs Sutton, and Shakira Austin on the floor. Azura Stevens has her warm-up jacket on, and she might be done for the night, or at least done for now. What do you guys think? You think she's coming back into the game, or you think this is a wrap? They're just going to let everybody else play? Because she definitely has 19 points at this point. Okay, Shakira Austin is playing super tough. Took it through two players for the Lunar Owls, but that didn't produce any buckets. Aaliyah Edwards is trying her hardest. And let's see here. Chelsea Gray is bringing the ball up the court and give it to Suggs Sutton for the three in the corner off the rim. Didn't happen. Marina Mabry pushes Sugg into the audience again. Okay, Summer Breeze. Mabry might be a little bit of a buddy. She is definitely could be a villain, but she's definitely one of my favorite players. I like to see what she do. So now they had commercial break. Scores again, 56-41. They're scrapping their way back into this. If the Rose keeps this momentum the way it is and is not going to keep their foot on the gas, this is giving the Lunar Owls an opportunity to come back into this game. They're down by 15. And I really, 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 really thought that this was going to be a runaway game. But that's the one thing about what Unrivaled. If you take your foot off of the gas, if you don't say, hey, we want to beat the other team from the beginning to the end, the way that Unrivaled is format, you have a large opportunity, a super opportunity to get back in the game and to get back in the game really quickly, especially the way the fourth quarter is ran. The fourth quarter is not ran like a typical basketball court. They're going to give a certain amount of points as a goal to win the game, right? So whoever is up, of course, they're going to be the closest to winning, but there are plenty of opportunities for teams to go on a run. There's opportunities for a team that's in the lead to go cold. This game could be totally changed. But we'll talk about all of that once we get to the fourth quarter. We got a little bit longer to go. All right. So Summer Breeze put up a whole bunch of emojis. I can't even see what this stuff is. I know it's a bunch of laughing and a bunch of it's a lot going on here. It's a whole lot going on here. So I just know it's fun. I just know that. All right. So yeah, again, the Laces beat the Vinyl 58-42. And Brittany Sykes was the catalyst for that victory. And in the first game, you had the Mist versus the Hive, and Alicia Gray was the one who really, really, really took over in that game. All right, so now we're back to action. Chelsea Gray, Shakira Austin, and Sugg is still on the floor. Shakira Austin cannot be stopped. All right, Marina Mabry primary ball handler, and is pretty much doing whatever she wants to out here. So now scores 58-45. And Marina shoots it from half court. Good attempt. Bad results. No go. Right. All right. I think my TV feed is caught up. I think so. If it isn't, bear with me. All right. So now the score is 60-47. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the third quarter. The Rose are pretty much running and gunning the Luna Owls out of the gym. They only got them by 13 points. Again, the Luna Owls are trying their best to get back in this game, but I don't know if they have enough to pull it out. Yeah, so Mabry has 17 points. Aaliyah Edwards has 23 points at this point. And that's for the Luna Owls. And for the Rose, Chelsea Gray still has 18. Azura Stevens have 19. Carol Austin has 12. I think that Azura Stevens and Chelsea Gray are probably going to sit out the remainder of this quarter so they can be fresh for the fourth quarter so they can go ahead and try to get this victory and get up out of it. Yeah, the Luna Owls they don't have enough speed at the guard position without having Skylar Dickens. And then to be without Nafisa Coley, that's a lot to try to overcome. A lot. All right, so Suggs Sutton is not having the greatest shooting night tonight, 7 points. I think Mabry kind of got her a little bit tonight. Kind of got in her head a little bit. Because Mabry definitely just came down and shot a 3. And yeah. Between Aaliyah Edwards and Mabry, they need to just shoot every shot going forward. Every single shot. Okay, so I was wrong. Chelsea Gray has entered the game. And Lexi Hall is back out on the floor as well. We'll see if she will pick up another foul here quickly. That is one thing about Unrivaled. Their foul situation mimics or it's pretty much the same as the WNBA. So you have 6 fouls and you will be disqualified. And Lexi Hall looks like she is well on her way to being disqualified. But we'll see. Again, Lexi Hall has not hit a 3 tonight. It's just we'll see if she's able to get it together. Okay. 1 minute and 18 seconds left in the game. And Chelsea Gray is at the free throw line. And she misses the free throw. Right. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Oh, they hoop in. I hope she's not hurt. I hope she is not hurt. Okay, so it was a great outlet pass for Leah Edwards, and she took it hard to the rack on a fast break. But Shakira Austin came right behind her and blocked the shot. But with all of that action, it was a lot of drama, and Shakira kind of fell on Aaliyah Edwards, but Aaliyah Edwards fell into the basketball stanchion. It didn't look good at all. It wasn't anything intentional. It was just hard basketball play. So we are hoping that she is okay. They are they are the way that she fell like head first into the stanchion, and it kind of like folded her back a little bit. So hopefully, we prayerfully she's okay. I know that they was just checking her toes to make sure, to make sure she got filling and everything. She's sitting up, so that's good news. That is really, really good news. Yeah, I think that it's definitely a collective effort. This is like, even though you're on different teams, everybody is there together. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. And Shakira Austin and Aaliyah Edwards, they were former teammates. They were tight. When Aaliyah Edwards was traded to Connecticut this season or last WNBA season, Shakira Austin didn't take it well. She was not happy that her friend was traded. So in this particular situation, with the potential for injury, that they're playing tough, playing rough, playing good basketball, Shakira Austin was definitely like, "Yo, are you okay? You all right?" Like 2 seconds after the situation there. So Aaliyah Edwards is walking off of the court with her own power. So that's great. That's good. That is so good to see. So she's going in the back. They're gonna check her out, make sure she's okay. But I think she might be done for the day. We'll see. We shall see. All right. So now again, the score is 62-49. And a minute and 13 seconds left in the game. And looks like the action is about to continue. Marina Mabry is at the free throw line, getting ready to shoot her shot. And that is one thing about Unrivaled basketball. When you shoot free throws, even if you are shooting if you shoot a shot and you miss the shot, instead of it being 2 foul shots, like in typical basketball, you only get 1 shot. All right. So Marina Mabry had to shoot her free throws. So I really think that Aaliyah Edwards might be done for the night. All right. Clock is ticking. 45 seconds to go. Chelsea Gray is taking it to the rack. Easy work. Easy layups. Okay. Rebecca Allen attempted to take it to the rack, but she was stripped of the ball, and it went out on Rebecca Allen's leg. So now, 30-something seconds left. Let's see if they're going to go for 2 for 1 or what's going to happen. Okay. They throw it in. Lexi Hall. Let's see. Lexi Hall shooting a 3 and Splash Mountain. Lexi Hall might be back. Okay, Marina Mabry gets the last shot. Well, almost the last shot. It's probably going to be the Luna Owl's last shot of the quarter. And she shot an air ball for 3. So now we got 6 seconds left in the game. In the quarter, Chelsea Gray shoots the last second shot, and she gets it on the fade away. The score is now 69-54 at the end of the third quarter. So the winning score, remember we were talking about a little earlier about how fourth quarters work. They don't typically work like a regular game. Well, with you score as many points as you can, and whoever got the most points at the end of combined of 4 quarters, that's your total of the game, right? And Unrivaled is a little bit different. So the first 3 quarters are traditional scoring quarters where you score whatever points you can score, and that's your score. All right. So now, based on the total points of, well, I got to figure out again how they calculate this winning score. But they have a winning score, and whoever gets to that winning score wins the game. Okay? So the winning score of this matchup will be 80 points. So the first team to get to 80 points. So that means the Rose have to score 11 more points to get the victory. Right? If that doesn't work, let's say the Lunar Owls go on a heater. That means they got to get what? Let's see here. What, 26 points? Is that right? Yeah, 26 points to get to 80. That's a hard stretch to do. However, it's not impossible. Last season, it definitely happened. It happened a few times in the fourth quarter. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right, so recap. You got Aaliyah Edwards with 23 points, but she went out with injury. She was having a great game. Great game. 23 points, 12 rebounds, shooting lights out. But again, she took a nasty spill at closer to the end of the third quarter, got up on her own power. But I'm sure she's probably done for the night. So now that leaves to Marina Mabry with 21 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, almost a triple double. But the thing is this: she's shooting terrible from 3. She's only hit 1 of 11. 1 of 11. She got to do better than that. That means that somebody else is going to have to step in and score some points. Rachel Bannon hasn't scored a point yet. She got to do something. Somebody got to do something. Teamy got to do something. Rebecca got to do something. Because nobody else on a team except for Aaliyah Edwards and Marina Mabry is in double figures. All right? So let's talk about the roles real quick before action continues. So Chelsea Gray has 24 points, 3 rebounds, and Azura Stevens has 19 points, 10 rebounds. We really haven't seen Azura since closer, I believe, early in the third quarter. So, hopefully she's okay. But we'll see what's going on with that. And Shakira Austin with 12 points, 6 rebounds, shooting great. Stug, 7 points. She really hasn't been effective in this game since she got into the pushing situation with Marina Mabry at the end of this first half. So let's see what happens. So we're back in action. On the floor, you got Lexi Hall, Shakira Austin, and Chelsea Gray for the Rose. And you have Rachel Bannon, Marina Mabry, and Teamy for the Luna Owls. Again, the first team to get to 80 points will win. So score is now 71 to 57. Actually, yes, 71 to 57. Rachel Bannon hit a 3. That's one thing that I say. They needed to get some additional points. Rachel Bannon is probably just going to be just shooting, giving her whatever she can do. All right. All right, so Teamy got a little out of control under the basket and turned it over. So now Rose is coming on back down the floor. Let's see if they're going to score here and increase this lead. Yeah, easy work. Well, okay, that should have been easy work. Lexi Hall did a great backdoor cut and did not get the reverse layup. It looked like she had it, but it didn't happen at all. All right. So now they're being real scrappy. And Shakira Austin really tried to get a good, easy bucket, but Rachel Bannon wasn't having it. Really good, nice, hard foul. So let's see if they pick it up here. All right, Chelsea Gray has the ball. Easy work. Easy work. Nobody cut her off. She took her right up under the rim and did a reverse. So the score is now 73-57. And Chelsea Gray rips. They are getting out of here. Okay, the score is now 75. 5 more points, and this game is over. Okay. Yeah, Chelsea Gray ripped Rachel Bannon like too easy. That was looking like Division 1 versus Division 3. It was too easy. Okay, Rachel Bannon trying to do a little give and go, and that was not effective. All right. Don't forget, do me a solid. Go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Because we doing it here at the Fan Wire podcast. All right, Rachel Bannon shoots pretty much from half court. Hit a 3. They should have put Rachel Bannon in the game a long time ago. Maybe this game would have been a little bit closer because she's definitely shooting pretty well so far. She's 2 or 3 from 3. And the score is now 75-60. So that means the Lunar Owls will have to score and at least 20 points before they have an opportunity to, let's say, get back in the game and win it, right? And it really looks like the Roles are going to, they look like they're going to get this victory. But we'll see. All right, so Rachel Bannon missed her free throw, and the Roles were able to get the ball, and Chelsea Gray takes it to the rack. Easy 2. Now, you got Lunar Owls. They're trying not to let this get away, but the Roles only needs 3 more points, and this game is over. So let's see if the Lunar Owls is just like, hey, we're going to get out of here and get ready for Friday or Saturday, whatever their next game is. Marina Mabry tried to get a 3 off of the inbound. Didn't go. Chelsea Gray comes down, seals the game. Let's go. Let's get up out of here. So the ending score, the Roles, 80 points. The Lunar Owls, 60 points. And Chelsea Gray ended the night with 35 points. Shooting 5 of 10 from 3. 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. Complete game. Totally complete game. Azura Stevens didn't come back into the game. Only played 10 minutes, but ended up having 19 points, 7 rebounds. I'm sorry, 10 rebounds. Great game, great game. Hopefully she's okay. Shakira Austin, 12 points, 6 rebounds, a block. Great game, great game. So the Lunar Owls, even in a losing effort, Marina Mabry, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, only shot 1 of 12 from 3. If the Lunar Owls are going to have any chances in any games, Mabry has to get better at her 3-point shoot. Any other day, it's lights out. Today, it wasn't lights out. It could be because of the running and gunning. You know, might have to get her win together. But, you know, everybody hasn't been so sharp in the first set of games. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Aaliyah Edwards had a standout game until she got injured. She had 23 points, 12 rebounds, a steal, and was shooting lights out. But She had a scare at close to the end of the third quarter where she actually went up for a layup on a fast break. Carol Austin came from behind her to block the shot and blocked it. But it was a nasty spill at the end. It looked it looked a little scary. It looked like she could have been really, really hurt, but she was able to walk off the floor with her own power. So I know they're checking her out, making sure she's okay. Things got a little testy at the end of the first half when it comes to Marina Mabry and Sugg Sutton. There was some elbows thrown, some pushing and shoving, and it looks like that woke Marina up, but it got Sugg a little bit out of her game. We'll see what happens going forward. All right. So now it's almost time for the second game. The second game of the night. All right. So as a recap of today's action, the first game was between the Mist and the Hive. The Mist won the game 72-56, while the Laces beat the Vinyl 58-42. Yeah. So coming up real soon is going to be the Phantom versus the Breeze. So yeah, so we'll see what happens in that game real soon. And just for your awareness, we have see here. All right, so we got the Phantom. This team has normally would have had Sartu Sabali, but she should be out due to injury. She had an injury during the playoffs of the WNBA season where she had a concussion. And according to reports, Sartu Sabali is still having effects of that concussion. So most likely she will not be playing tonight. We'll see if any hardship players have been added to the Phantoms roster. But Aaliyah Boston will be there. Kelsey Plum, Natasha Cloud, Kiki Arifin, and Dana Evans will be playing for the Phantom. So now let's talk about the Breeze. The Breeze has Paige Buckets, Dominique Malonga, Kate Martin. You have let's see here. Give me a second here. You have Cameron Brink, you have Rakia Jackson, and Ari McDonald, right? So one interesting thing about this game. Let's see how action-packed this game is going to end up being. If you have been watching any of the behind-the-scene footage, especially the footage of the practices, when it comes to these two teams, we could have some electricity. And the reason why I say that is there is video footage of Kiki Arifin dunking, right? And Kiki Arifin has been known for her dunking since USC, but we haven't seen it translate in the WNBA yet. So we'll see if it translates to Unrivaled. So when it comes to the Breeze, now that's going to be interesting because Paige Buckets is an assist getter. Wow, she's able to get a bucket, right? So she's dangerous. Now, let's talk about Dominique Malonga. Dominique Malonga is known for her dunking. Even though she didn't dunk last season in the WNBA, but she's known for her dunking and with ease, right? So there is video footage of an alley-oop from Paige Buckers to Dominique Malonga. Yeah. Dominique Malonga is out here two-handed with ease. So we'll see if she goes up there and really rocks the rim tonight. I think that we will see some dunks from Dominique tonight. We'll see. Hopefully we get a dunk or two from Kiki. We'll see. But Kate Martin is a good three-point shooter, and she's gonna be a good utility player for the Breeze. Cameron Brink, great post player with some finesse to it too. We'll see how that translates. Rakia Jackson, she's a bucket, walking bucket. Ari McDonough is a push to pace player, and that can get a bucket. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens from here. The tip off should be occurring very soon. It should be kicking off real soon. Should be kicking off real soon. Again, we want to appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching Unrivaled's inaugural game of the second season tonight with us. We appreciate everybody for pulling up. Do us a solid. Go ahead and make sure that you like the video, because it helps with the algorithm. Wow, so we can push this out to some more people. And additionally, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And we're gonna see what occurs from here. So my prediction for this game will be as follows. I believe that, let's see here. I believe that I believe that it's going to be a tough matchup, but I believe that the Phantom is going to get this victory. Even though Paige Buckets is the face of this season, she's on all the billboards and all of the advertisements. But I really think that the Phantom is going to get this one. Yeah. And look for Leah Boston to definitely play some point forward or point center position tonight. She's going to help with bringing up that ball, even though they definitely have quality guards for the Phantom. With Natasha Cloud, tough, able to get a bucket, great defensive player. Dana Evans is a bucket, waiting to happen. Kelsey Plum is a bucket, waiting to happen. Can shoot the three easy. And if Sartu Sabali was playing, this team would definitely be in strong consideration for the championship. But if Sartu's not playing, it might be tough. Might be tough. Because they don't have a utility player that has height if it's not for Santu, unless they get a hardship player. But we'll see if Santu, comes back like Superwoman is ready to play tonight. We'll see. But I don't think she's going to be available. But, who knows? All right. So, again, with Breeze, with Breeze, Paige Buckers should be their high assist person, right? She should probably score a bunch of points, but Rakia Jackson will most likely be the Breeze's high point person. I believe that she will have the most points for the Breeze, and Kate Martin will probably shoot a good amount of threes and play good defense. So yeah, so we're just waiting on the game to tip off. It should be starting real soon. And yeah, so what do you all think of Unrivaled inaugural or Unrivaled season two's first games so far? Did the teams that you expected to win, or were there some surprises? Um, all the teams that I knew was going to win so far has won. I'm 3-0 right now, so we'll see if we get the 4-0. And again, this is the toughest game to judge so far because they're very evenly matched. But I really believe that well actually I might have to change my thoughts on this. I might have to. Because the Phantom, they're gonna get up and run, but Rakia Jackson probably will be the difference maker in this game. Paige is gonna be Paige, but they need an additional scorer for the Breeze. I think that Rakia Jackson is going to be that individual. And if you look at the starting line or the lineup for the Phantom, let me put that back on the screen here. If you look at this lineup without Satu Sabali, it's gonna be a tough game to guard Rakia Jackson. Most likely, Kiki will get that assignment, but or even maybe Natasha Cloud might get that assignment. But for whoever it is, it's going to be a mismatch because Kiki, even though she has wheels, she's swift for a big, but she's not Rakia Jackson fast, right? Natasha Cloud can keep up with her speed wise, but she's not tall enough. So I expect Rakia Jackson to have a really good game. She's got to make the shot pretty much. So we'll see what happens from there. All right. So this is from the great benefactor, 8131. He got that individual has the cool glasses. You know, we appreciate you for tuning in. All right, so the starting lineups will be Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Plum, and Tiffany Hayes. So Tiffany Hayes will be taking Satu Sabalu's place. Interesting. So the starting lineup for the Breeze will be Rakia Jackson, Paige Buckers, and Dominique Malonga. Good grief. That is a problem. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Tiffany Hayes is a bucket, but she's just not tall enough. So the Breeze might end up getting this. I said initially the Phantom, but without Satu, that makes it tough. That makes it real tough. All right, so they tipping off, and the Phantom wins the tip off. All right, so let's see what happens. Leah Boston is taking it down low in the paint and made that real easy on Malonga. That's one thing. Malonga is super tall, but she doesn't have a lot of weight on her, right? So Leah Boston can definitely take advantage of that situation. Paige Bucket shooting fadeaways, making it look easy. Good high low. Good stuff. Kelsey Plum to Aaliyah Boston. Easy work. Okay. Look, the Paige Bucket show. Paige is taking it to Kelsey Plum in the post. Turn around. Missed the jump shot. Yeah. Tiffany Hayes did a good move on Rakia Jackson, but she just couldn't get it going. Oh, Lord. Rakia Jackson is out here cooking. Let's get this box go on the screen. All right, Kelsey Plum shoots a three. Didn't go according to plan. All right, so Rakia Jackson brings the ball up the court. Is setting up the action. Oh man. Okay. All right. So Aaliyah Boston is showing that she is why she is a veteran, why she is an all-star. Malik, Dominique Malonga, you can tell that she's still learning. Still learning. All right. Even though I said that the Phantom might take this, this is a very close game. The action is going back and forth, back and forth. And ooh, nice. Okay, Kelsey Plum takes it to the rack, slows it down, turns it around, throws it behind the back pass for cutting Aaliyah Boston. Easy work. Easy work. Okay, the score is now 10-6. Malik. Okay. Okay. Dominique Malonga shoots a long three. Nothing but net. Well, nothing but a basket. Let me say that. I don't want to say nothing but net. It wasn't nothing but net. But the Phantom is coming back down. Kelsey Plum was like, if you can do it, I can do it. She shoots a three. Getting to it. There's some good shooting right now. All right, Malonga need to have better, crisper passes. Because it didn't quite go. Rakia Jackson was not to be played with just now. Took it in the post and did a nice little layup. Yeah, they're not calling any fouls. It's some definite fouls are occurring, but they letting them play. Okay, Dominique Malonga is shooting from the logo, and it didn't go to according to plan. Kelsey Plum was like, I can come down. And just like before, they tried to match each other, and they definitely did. They both missed their threes. We'll see if this keeps on going. So, Aaliyah Boston currently has 8 points with 2 rebounds, shooting great. Kelsey Plum 5 points, is 1 of 4 from 3. But she's doing okay with her shoot. Now, for the Breeze, everybody's pretty much contributing that. So you got 4 points with Paige, Rakia Jackson 4 points, and Dominique Malonga with 3. So I think they're a little winded. They need a timeout so they can regroup and regather. But currently on the floor, you have, I believe it's going to be Cameron Brink, Ari McDonald, and Rakia Jackson. And that's going to be for the Breeze. But let's see if that lineup stays the same once they come back from this timeout. Yeah, the score is currently 13-11. It's a really, really close game. We'll see if the score stays this close. Because if we look back at the other games from today, those games were not as close. The Miss beat the Hive 72-56. The Laces beat the Vinyl 58-42. And the Rose just beat the Lunar Owls 80-60. This game looks like it's going to be more competitive. Looks like it won't be a runaway. Got 2 minutes and 42 seconds, and they're actually coming back from the timeout. Let's see what happens. The Phantom has the ball. Kiki has entered the game, Kiki Irvin, and she took it to Cameron Brink, and it didn't quite go according to plan. So now the Breeze has it, and Rakia has the green light. She's not to be played with. She, like I said, she has a lot of hype on her, and she has speed, so she's gonna be super tough going forward for this particular game. And the score is now tied up 13-13. Tiffany Hayes has entered the game for Kelsey Plum. And Kiki will be is at the free throw line. About to take a shot and see what happens. Kiki is a very good free throw shooter. Expect her to hit the free throw. Okay. That rimmed out. Did not occur. Did not happen. All right. So now Harry McDonald is playing point guard. Gave it to Rakia Jackson. Cameron Brink sets a pick. And Rakia Jackson hit it again. Rakia now has 8 points. Is the high score for the Breeze. Okay. That's the one thing about Unrivaled basketball. The action is so fast paced that when you take if you take your eye off of the screen, you're gonna miss something. So the Phantom had the ball and turned it over that fast. All right. Now Rakia Jackson is being guarded by Natasha Cloud. She was doing her thing, but she turned it over. So now it looks like Paige Buckets is going to be coming to the game at the next opportunity, and it looks like she's going to end up giving Rakia Jackson a breather because she's Rakia Jackson has been putting in that work. Definitely time for Rakia Jackson to get a breather. Paige is back in. Oh yeah, you can look at her. She's gassed. She's a little winded. But yeah, a minute 18 seconds left in the quarter, and Paige is getting ready to take over. Came off the curl, shot the two, got fouled, to the free throw line we go. The one thing about if you play in Unrivaled, you will be in tip-top condition when it comes to the WNBA. Because the one thing about playing in Unrivaled, you will be running and you will be gunning. All right, the score is now 17-13. And Kiki got a good rebound and tried to get a good post move, but Cameron Brink is just probably a little bit too tall. All right. Tiffany Hayes shoots the three. Didn't get it. Cameron Brink with the rebound. Paige is checking it out, see what she's going to do as she come up the court. Shoots the two. Looked like that should have probably been a shooting foul, but she got her bucket. It's now 19-13. And the Phantom is trying their best to do their thing. All right, so Tiffany Hayes took a nice little shot trying to get a rebound. And I know she's notorious for getting banged up in games. So that one looked like he was maybe about to be banged up again, but that wasn't the case. So Kiki is trying to get it going. She shot a turnaround jumper on Cameron Brink, and she was able to get the bucket. But Cameron Brink comes back. They give it to her in the post. Easy layup. 17 seconds left in the game. Kiki takes it to Cameron Brink and was able to get a shooting foul. And she took it to the rack. All right, so now 12 seconds to go. See what happens. All right, Dominique Malonga has come back in the game for Cameron Brink. Cameron Brink has 3 fouls. So she's in foul trouble a little bit here. So Kiki has, let's see here, shooting a free throw. She now has 4 points. So, as it looks, when you shoot a free throw on a shooting foul that you don't make, if you don't hit, well, they don't shoot 2 free throws like in a regular game. If you miss a shoot, if you get a shooting foul and you miss the shot. So when you shoot your free throw, you only get 1 free throw, but it appears that it counts for 2 points. We'll confirm that later. All right. One individual that I'm looking at the Phantom, Dana Evans appears to be in street clothes, so it doesn't look like she will be available for this game. That would have been a lot of points, or that the Phantom could have if Dana Evans were playing in this game. But Paige is able to get a bucket easy. They're showing the replay, and it just shows how technical she is with her shot, and is able to get a foul easily. She reminds me of SGA. She'll get you in a blender quick. She's able to get to her spot while jumping into you to force a referee to call a foul. That's some stellar ball playing. All right, so the score is now 23-17. And the high score is Paige Buckers with 10 points. And Rakia Jackson has 8 points as the second highest score for the Breeze. And when you look at the Phantom, you have Aaliyah Boston leading the way with 8 points, also with 2 rebounds. Kelsey Plum has 5 points, and Kiki has 4 points. This is a fairly close game, so we'll see how this translates. So this should be, let's see here. Okay, so this is the end of the first quarter. All right. So now, while we're waiting for the action to resume, let's do this. Let's look at what's going on in the game here. Let's look at the team stats, because this pretty much tells how every team wins and loses the game, right? Shooting wise, the Breeze is shooting way better than the Phantom. They're shooting 60% from the field, while the Phantom is shooting 38.9, so pretty much 40%, right? That looks, if you can put the ball in the hoop better, you should be up. But stranger things have occurred. Let's see here. 3-point shooting. They both have hit 1 3-pointer, both teams, the Phantom and the Breeze. But when you look at how many shots the Phantom has shot, they're still getting, the Breeze is still shooting better, 33% to 16%. And when it comes to free throw shooting, not that far off with how many shots are being shot, but it's about how many you make. And the Breeze is shooting better. But now, let's get back to the action. All right, so each quarter in Unrivaled is 7 minutes. Okay, so Paige Buckers is trying to do her thing. And neither team has hit a shot in this second quarter. Until now, Kate Martin with a nice cut to the basket ends up with a good layup. Score is now 25-7. I'm sorry. Yeah, 25-17. They're playing real tough, real good basketball. And Kate Martin ended with a foul there. And Kelsey Plum shoots a three. Money in the bank. Money in the bank. Score is 25-20. Okay. Kate Martin is taken to the rack, trying to get her payback. Gets another layup. Kate Martin now has 4 points in the game. Lee Boston shoots a three. No go. Kate Martin with the rebound, and she brings the ball up court to initiate the offense. Dominique Malonga has to shoot a long two and an even longer air ball. Yeah. Okay. She need to start shooting down low. Get some easier buckets. All right. Good rebound from Malonga. Needed to put a little bit more heat on those passes. And one thing that Summer Breeze said about the last game, Marina Mabry was a bully. Now, the bully in this game, and a lot of games that she plays, is Kelsey Plum. She plays real super hard and real tough. Okay, Kelsey Plum. Oh, they playing real rough and tough, but it's all in good fun and good spirit of the game. All right, so Rakia Jackson is back in the game. Let's see if she can score some more buckets. Kate Martin is taking the point guard role and taking it to the rack. Easy work on Kelsey Plum again. That's like six points off of layups on Kelsey Plum. So that means Kelsey Plum is going to shoot the ball. I project that she's going to come down and shoot the ball. Okay, no, she did. She passed it off to Tiffany Hayes. She takes it to the rack, and we'll see. Okay, Natasha Cloud is getting checked out on the bench with her look like her ribs. I don't know if she's okay or not. I think she'll be fine. She's tough. All right. Let's see here. All right, so score is now 20-29. Tiffany Hayes at the free throw line, hits her free throw. It's now 22. So that's right. So when you shoot a free throw after a shooting foul, you get one shot, but you got a chance to make two on that one shot. So the rules are just a little bit different. That helps keep the action flowing and the action going. All right. Dominique Malonga hit a nice little layup off of the assist from Rakia Jackson. Yep. When Malonga can play more physical and really gets it together, she's going to be a problem because she has all the tools. She's got to put everything together. All right. Yeah, Malonga. She's making young person mistakes out here when it comes to these turnovers. Malonga has right now. She has what, 2 turnovers? Yeah, 2 turnovers, but they're in non-op. They're occurring when they shouldn't occur. It's like she's trying to dribble too much or that type of thing. She's dribbling at the wrong points in the wrong time. But this gives her an opportunity to be able to know when and when not to dribble, when to give it up, when to just go ahead and take the shot or do whatever you need to do with it. But because this game is so fast paced, it's going to be hard for her to try to do certain moves, right? Even though it's a lot more space, but the players that are playing on you are probably not going to be the same players that will play you in a WNBA game. So, for example, it'll probably be a bigger, slower person that will play Malonga, but she's actually, playing against faster players, and things it's a little bit different in Unrivaled. All right, so now the score is 31-28, and let's see what happens. They're getting ready to tip it back off. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the game. I'm sorry, the first half, not the game. The first half. All right, Ariel McDonald is back in the game. Rakia Jackson and Malonga for the Breeze. And for the Phantom, we have Tiffany Hayes. We have Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Plum. Okay, Kia Jackson is doing her thing. She's coming back at it. And she missed her layup. But they gave a good opportunity for Tiffany Hayes to get the ball and get to running. So she took it full court and got a layup. And that was the one thing about when it comes to Rakia Jackson. She got speed for a big or a wing, let me say that, but not Tiffany Hayes speed. So Tiffany Hayes was able to get it down on the floor and get it rolling real quick. So one thing that did occur, Tiffany Hayes was able to get a turnover on the Breeze, but she came down and shot a three, and it was an air ball. It's real different when you have to do a whole lot of running up and down the floor and trying to take those threes. You might not have the legs under you that you normally would in those certain similar circumstances when you got 5-on-5. But again, this is going to give these players the best conditioning that they probably will ever have going into a WNBA season. These players won't have to go into camp and be like, hey, I'll get in shape as camp goes or things like that, or, later on in the season. No, they're going to be ready to go right away. And I believe that really translated into how well a lot of these players did last season just by playing in Unrivaled. All right. So now we have commercial break, and we're going to see what happens from here. And since this game is so close, do you think that the Phantom is going to get the victory, or do you think the Breeze is going to continue to stay on top and get the win? What do you think? If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. It helps with the algorithm. It helps to push our show out to more and more people. And also, don't forget, you can follow us on social media. We're everywhere. All right? And I believe we should be coming back to the action right about now. Here we go. All right, so again, Paige Buckets now has, 10 points. Rakia Jackson is at 8 points. Malonga has 7. And this is for the Breeze. And the Phantom, you have Tiffany Hayes with 10 points. That was a quick 10 points. Aaliyah Boston has 8. Kelsey Plum has 8. All right, so let's see what happens. Okay. Let's see here. Malonga is okay. Nice little get into the paint, do a turnaround jump shot. The score is now 33-30 with a little under or about 2 minutes and 43 seconds away from the end of the half. Okay, they got Flow Rider in the building. And they're talking to Flow Rider right now. The rapper, he's definitely from Florida. He's in the building checking out the Unrivaled Basketball League. You never know who might pull up. So, with that being said, you also have to remember this. The games are typically played in Miami at the Sephora Arena. But there will be one game at a special location this season. They will be going to Philly on January the 30th. We're pulling up. It's a couple hours away. We're going to hit the road. We're going to pull up to the game. We're going to talk to the folk. And we'll let y'all know what we think, right? But yeah, we're going to see what happens. But anyway, you got the score is now 35-30. Okay, 35-33. The Kasha Cloud hits a 3. This game is a 2-point game. Okay, Rakia Jackson gets the ball back. Let's see what she does. Okay, nope. Malonga gets the rebound, puts it right back up. Scores 37-33. 2 minutes to go. Almost halftime. Okay, Kelsey Plum takes it to the rack. Easy buckets. Took it on the other side of the rim, made it a little difficult for the Breeze defender to block the shot. But coming back on the other end, Kelsey Plum is checking the ball handler, and guess what? She's playing a little bit too aggressively. Let's say that. Gets a foul, so now she has to go to the bench. And that means that you got the Kasha Cloud, you got Aaliyah Boston, and you have let's see, who is this other person here? You have Kiki Irfin on the bench. I'm sorry, on the floor to close out this first half against let's see, Ariel McDonald, Malonga, and Aaliyah. I'm sorry, and Rakia Jackson. So they dumped it down to Kiki, and she noticed that she had Ariel McDonald on her. And guess what that means? Mouse in the house. So Kiki did her thing in the post, ended up getting a shooting foul. So she's going to the free throw line. Let's see if she'll be able to get this bucket. And like I said, Kiki is traditionally a good free throw shooter for a big. And let's see if she's able to tie the score up. Yep, score is tied up, 37-37, a minute and 36 seconds to go. All right, Rakia Jackson is bringing the ball up the court. She's over half court, and she's able to get it to Malonga at the top of the key. Malonga picks up her dribble, which is not a good idea. Try to pass it to Rakia Jackson, and she passed it to her ankles. So that means it went to the out of bounds. All right. Malika is trying her best to play tough against Aaliyah Boston in the post. And yeah, Malonga needs to get her strength up. All right. Now, Paige is trying to do give and go with Malonga, but the Phantom plays, they pretty much locked that down. So Paige had to shoot a fadeaway, end up getting fouled. So she's now at the free throw line. Let's see if she can get 2. She's able to get 2. Score is now 39-39. The Phantom had their first lead of the game momentarily. So now let's see what happens. We're under a minute left in the first half. And Aaliyah Boston has it now in the post. Dumps it off to Kiki. And Kiki, okay, and Kiki, it was a little confusion there. So Kiki took it hard to the basket and didn't get the first shot. She got a rebound. They thought it was a foul or something going on. Everybody throwing up their hands in disbelief, but nothing occurred. The The ref did not blow the whistle, so the action was still going on. And Kiki attempted another shot, no good. All right, so now Rakia Jackson is on payback. She got the ball going against Kiki, and I don't know what's going on. That should have been something because there was a lot of banging, a lot of 3 seconds, a lot of looked like feet were moving, but they didn't call anything. Rakia Jackson is able to get a bucket. Score is now 41-39. This is a really, really good game so far, folks. If you're not tuned in, tune in, tap in. All right, 15 seconds to go. Aaliyah Boston shoots a 3. No good. Kiki Irvin gets a rebound. Goes up for the layup. No bueno. Did not get it. All right, so Paige Buckets, last shot of the quarter. Woo. Paige's super buckets. Paige hit the little step back. Easy money. Breeze goes into the halftime, goes into the locker room with a lead of 44-39 from the Phantom. All right, so yeah, that was a nice little step back 3. Splash Mountain on Kiki. Easy work. All right, so for the Breeze, Paige Buckets has 15 points, shooting really, really well. 2 assists. Rakia Jackson has 10 points. Started off real strong. 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Dominique Malinga, 9 points. And Kate Martin with 6. So for the Phantom, leading scorer, they have 3 with 10 points. That's Aaliyah Boston, Tiffany Hayes, and Kelsey Plum. They're shooting well. Kelsey Plum could be shooting a little bit better, but it's not terribly bad. Most of her misses are coming from 3. She's shooting 2 of 7 from 3. And that's where we're at. So we're now at halftime. And, this is a very close game. This 5-point lead just occurred. It's been going back and forth, pretty much tied up or up by 2, up by 3. So we're halfway through the last game of the night. All right, so let's talk about what the summary of the games thus far. Because, this always tells you get a good picture of who should be winning based on your team stats. Again, the score is 44 by the Breeze. The Phantom has 39 points. And let's see here. The Breeze is shooting 54% from the field. That's always great. And for the Breeze, they don't necessarily have a low post player that's playing directly under the basket. Cameron Brink has, I believe, 3 fouls, so she had to take a seat. So this second half, I really think Cameron Brink is going to get more playing time to give Dominique Long a rest and get some better production under the basket. Let's see. 3-point shooting. The Breeze are shooting much better, shooting 40% to 33%. But the tell is not necessarily in the percent on this one. It's about how many shots have been shot compared to how many have been made, which, of course, they're directly translating to your percentage. So the Breeze is shooting more efficient from 3. 2 of 5. So that gets them to that 40%, right? The Phantom is shooting a lot of 3s. They're not hitting a lot of 3s. They're shooting 5 of 15. So that gets you to that 33%, right? They're both shooting similar when it comes to free throws. We're not even going to talk about that. That's a wash. Let's talk about the rebounds. The rebounds is a tell of the tape as well. The Breeze have 21 rebounds to the Phantoms 16 rebounds. So I would have strongly believed that the Phantom should have had more rebounds, but you know, it is what it is, right? All right. Now, when it comes to assists, uh, the Phantom are leading in assists 8-3. And yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting. So the action should be coming back real soon. And yeah, let's talk about it. But just in case you didn't know, or you're just tuning in, let's give you a quick recap of the earlier games. So you have the Miss with a beating the Hive 72-56. That game came on at 1 o'clock. That kicked off season 2. Then you had another game between the Laces and the Vinyl. The Laces had 58 points to 42 points. And the first game of tonight's action, the Rose beat the Lunar Owls 80-60. As you can see, these games were not close today. They were not close. So the game, the Phantom and the Breeze, this is the closest game of the day. We'll see if this continues in the second half. And this action should be picking up real quick because they don't waste time. They get their commercial breaks. They get their sponsors an opportunity to get some eyeballs on what they paying all of these good sponsorship fees and all this stuff for. But they're getting you back to the action as quickly as possible. And I can appreciate that because I want to see the game. You know, commercial is great, but the game is more important to me. You know? All right. So let's see here. Let's actually talk about who are the best players of the earlier games. So again, the Miss won against the Hive. The high scorer for the Miss, actually for the entire game, was Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray shot really, really well. Also had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Alicia was doing the thing. Then you also have Veronica Burton, had a very efficient game with 14 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Veronica was doing it all. I'll also say this. Veronica played for the Golden State Valkyrie, right? She was an expansion draft player. And she did so well that she won the most improved player of the year last year. She's a free agent. Somebody, I believe, is going to throw her the bat because she will be a great addition on a lot of teams. But I'm sure Golden State is going to do their best to try to keep her. All right. So real quick, the Hive. You had a High Point and Monique Billings, another Golden State Valkyrie, and Kelsey Mitchell had 11 points. Tony Citron had 10 points, and with the Laces and the Vinyl, Ryan Howard had 10 points. Derek Hamby had 8. Courtney Williams also had 8 points, and Erica Wheeler had 12 points off of the bench. Erica Wheeler was clutch in this game, but it just wasn't enough. All right. She could have shot a little bit better, but hey, it's okay. The Laces, you have Brittany Sykes with 19 points. She started shooting the 3 early. It wasn't falling. She was like, hey, I'm going to switch this up. Let's get to the mid-range. Let's get it downhill and take it to the rack. Ended with 19 points. Also has 7 rebounds and a steal. Jackie Young, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Yeah, a little bit of everything. Jordan Kennedy, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Great production, great production. So now, the previous game, you got the Lunar Owls versus the Rose, right? This game wasn't close at all. Lunar Owls tried to put up a little bit of a fight to get back into it, but it just wasn't enough. You have Leah Edwards with 23 points. She took a nasty spill. It was a little scary. She was able to get off of her own power. But we'll come back to this. Let's get back to the action. The game is back on. And let's see here. The score is now 44-39. And the Breeze just hit a shot. I wasn't looking at the screen, so I don't know who did it. Now, the Phantom has the ball. Tiffany Hayes is setting it up. Toss it down low to Aaliyah Boston. And kicked it out to Kelsey Plum for the 3. Paige wasn't having it. Blocked the shot. But Kelsey was able to get it right back. And, yeah, shot clock violation. Back to the Breeze. So let's see here. Paige dumps it down to Malonga. Oh my gosh. Come on, Malonga. You gotta do better than that. You're too big for that. So Malonga shoots a 3. I'm sorry, shoots the layup, sails the layup, don't make the layup, gets a rebound, and just falls over. I don't get it. She got to get in the weight room. She got to eat some more steak and potatoes. She needs some more meat on her. All right, so let's see here. The Breeze brings the ball up the court, and Aaliyah Boston's playing real tough defense on Malonga, and Malonga is not playing her best. All right, so Rakia Jackson shoots a 3 and shoots all the way over the basket. All right, Aaliyah Boston gets it coming down court and ends up getting a good little layup there. All right, so the score is now 46-41. Paige Bucket shoots an easy, gets her spot, shoots an easy elbow jump shot, and over Kelsey Plum. So Paige is giving Kelsey the business. They're playing tough. Kelsey looking like the age is catching up with her a little bit. Not sure how many more years Kelsey Plum got in her if she playing like this against these young bucks. All right. So Phantom has the ball. Tiffany Hayes is in the game, and nice little wraparound pass. Cameron Brink is back in the game. Aaliyah Boston hits an easy layup. Score is 48-43. Tough pick. Kelsey Plum looked like she is a little shaken up. That was a tough pick. She's going to be bruised in the morning. Good grief. Them long, tall knees of Cameron Brink. Court. Kelsey Plum. Looked like knee to knee. Ooh, that is never good. Never good. Well, maybe it wasn't knee to knee. Maybe it was knee to thigh. Either way, Kelsey Plum is not feeling the greatest right now. She stays in the game, and they're getting active right now. Tiffany Hayes hits the floor again. That's kind of normal. All right. Score is 48-43. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And let's see what happens. Kelsey Plum takes it to the basket. Not enough energy on that one. I think Kelsey Plum will be coming out the game real soon. Uh-oh. Tiffany Hayes has hit the floor again. I don't know if she getting tripped up or pushed on the ground or what. That's not a good sign for Tiffany Hayes, because Tiffany Hayes kind of gets nicked up from time to time. But I'm glad that she's not right now. We'll see what happens. All right. It's probably time to bring Natasha Cloud into the game as long as she's okay. because they were checking out Natasha Cloud's ribs. Yeah, Natasha Cloud is at the scores table, set to come in because I know Kelsey Plum needs a breather. She needs to take a seat. She needs some milk. All right. Kelsey Plum trying to orchestrate, gets gets it to Tiffany Hayes, and Paige closed out on her. And Paige got long arms. She's kind of tall. She closed out on her real well, and Tiffany Hayes was going up for a three, and that was going to be a block into the scores table. But Tiffany Hayes did up and down. She wasn't willing to let that ball fly. All right, Breeze got it back, and okay, there's a lot of action right now. Scores now 50-43. 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the game. Leah Boston is taking a well-deserved break, and I'm sure Kiki is coming in the game. We'll see. Yeah, Kiki is in the game. Natasha Cloud along with Tiffany Hayes for the Phantom. For the Breeze, you got Ariel McDonald, Cameron Brink, and Kate Martin. All right. The Phantom trying to get the ball up court, but the pass was a little bit too long. So that was a turnover. Okay. Cameron Brink is okay. I think they're tired. I think they are winded. They probably need some timeouts. Yeah. Okay. They're calling a timeout. Everybody needs a break. Everybody needs to get some milk. Everybody need a Powerade. They need something. Hey, that's the one thing. By the end of the Unrivaled season, these women will be in the best condition that you can ask for, hopefully going into our WNBA season. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, so the score is now 50-43. The Breeze is up by 7. And Leah Boston is leading the way for the Phantom with 14 points. Paige buckets. Getting her buckets. She now has 21 points. She also has 2 assists and a block. She's been shooting really well. We know what her role is for the Breeze. Get the buckets up. And whatever else you need to do or can do, cool. Thing is that you need to get the bucket. Rakia Jackson has 10 points. She had 10 points early, but she really hasn't shot too much here in the second half. I guess this Paige been getting it done. And for the Phantom, Tiffany Hayes scored a quick 10, and she hasn't really gotten going here in the third quarter. Kelsey Plum has 10 points. She got a little nicked up. Probably got a nice little knee bruise, knee contusion, or a thigh contusion. She'll feel it in the morning. Take a few Tylenol, you'll be all right. All right. Or, maybe take a shot of Hindol. Something. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right. So, let's see here. This action should be getting back going soon after this commercial break. HBO Max is showing off all the different shows that are coming your way. All right, so again, the score is 50-43. And while we wait for this action to come back on, I know we got some new people in here. Go ahead and hit the like button real quick. It ain't gonna hurt you. Subscribe to the channel real quick, because we always giving you good info, good perspective, good knowledge. All right, so we're getting ready to get back to the action. Again, the Breeze is up 50-43. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, getting ready for the inbound. So you have Natasha Cloud, Tiffany Hayes, and most likely Kiki Irvin on the floor. For the Phantom, and the Breeze has Kate Martin, Ariel McDonald, and Cameron Brink. All right. Tasha Cloud is setting it up. Nice pin down. Tiffany Hayes gets the ball at the top of the key. Pump fake. Nice little runner. Tiffany Hayes with 2 points. All right. Earl McDonald got the ball, circling around, dumps it off to Cameron Brink. No action. Turnover, looks like. Yeah, turnover. Cameron Brink hasn't really been so productive, only has 2 points. She was able to get the ball in the post, but it's a matter of what you do, what you get it. So we'll see if she can pick it up, translate it into something else. All right. So the Phantom has the ball, and Natasha Cloud is like, "Hey, I'm gonna make it happen." And the shot clock violation. You got to. One thing about Unrivaled, it's not a 24-second shot clock like a traditional game. The shot clock is only 18 seconds. So I know the players definitely have to get used to that. It's not easy to get your mind around. Oh man, I 6 seconds are gone off the top. Right. All right. So Tiffany Hayes playing defense. I guess she got a little nicked up on the screen. She got a little nicked up. The one thing we don't want to see is Tiffany getting injured and Unrivaled. She missed a good portion of the WNBA season due to various injuries. So we want to see her get through this and be ready for the WNBA season. All right. All right. So score is 50-45. And that was a nice little take foul by Earl McDonald. Paige to get Paige back in the game. And also, okay, looks like Earl McDonald is going back to the locker room. We don't know what happened. That could be the reason why she did take foul too. Like, hey, I gotta get checked out. Okay. Kiki tried to take it to the rack, but it didn't go according to plan. Cameron Brink got the block. Now, okay, they're a little out of control right now. They're a little OC right now. It's a lot of running and gunning and not a lot of making a shot right now. All right, so after Kiki gets the block, Cameron Brink gets the opportunity to come back to the other end and get a bucket. Misses it. Then that leads to a fast break with Kiki running the floor again. Nice attempt to shoot a layup. No go. Okay, so Paige went through the free throw line. Not sure if a technical foul was called or something of that nature because she was there by herself. But the score is now 51-45. Paige has 22 points. And yeah, they tried a nice little out of bounds play, didn't quite go according to plan. I think the tie. But they still have a whole nother quarter to go. Oh, okay. Cameron Brink is playing tough against her former teammate, Kiki Irfin. They both played together at Stanford, I believe that's the case. Yeah. Okay. Tiffany Hayes took it strong to the rack on 2 plays. Nice little layup. That's the one thing about Unrivaled. Since this court is so small, by the time you look up, even though you just took the ball out of bounds, you can turn it and translate that into a fast break. Actually, okay. Now Cameron Brink is about 6'8". Or at least she looks like she's 6'8". And she just took it to the rack, and Tiffany Hayes, which is about half her size, met her at the point and blocked her shot. So the score is now 53-47 with 1:20 to go. So Cameron Brink is wearing a face mask because she has, I believe, probably like a broken nose or something. and it looked like she took another shot. So she probably will be coming out of the game soon because she looked like she's bleeding again. So she's talking to the ref, was like, hey, if I'm bleeding, something got to be happening. And the ref was like, hey, if I don't see it, I don't see it. My bad. All right, so camera break is out. Dominique Malonga is back in the game along with Kate Martin and Paige Buckets. Tiffany Hayes is in the game with Natasha Cloud and Kiki Irfin. All right, they playing tough. All right, look like the Phantom is trying to close the gap and try and get back into this. All right, so 50 seconds left in the game. The score is now 53-49. Only 4 points away. Paige shoots the three. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get the foul. Now they pushing it up court. Tiffany Hayes has it on the wing and making Paige look slow. Like she got a step on her. Easy buckets. It's now 51-53. All right, so Kate Martin gets the ball. And there's a little turnaround jump shot. Scores now 55-51. All right, Kiki gets it off the pick and pop. No go. 12 seconds to go. Paige has the ball. Going to shoot the last shot of the quarter. Paige goes around the screen. Gives it to Malonga. Easy work. 2 points. 57-51. 2 points. 2 seconds to go. And that's the end of the third quarter. To win the game, it's the first team to 68. Right? So, what it appears to be, what I believe this is the case, is whoever has the highest score at the end of the third quarter, they add 11 points to it, and that is the individual that will win the game. Right? So, even though the score is 57-51, if the Phantom goes on a hider and gets some stops, they can get this victory. If not, the Breeze is going to make their way on. We'll see what happens from here. All right. So Tiffany Hayes is now the leading scorer for the Phantom with 18 points. Aaliyah Boston has 14. Kelsey Plum has 10. Kiki has 6, and Natasha has 3. If you're keeping up with the roster, you would have, normally Dana Evans would have been playing in this game, but it appears that she's out for, I'm assuming, injury, but it could be another reason. Satu Sabali is definitely out due to injury. And I believe that if Satu was playing with Phantom in this game, this may be a different game because Satu is a beast. All right. And she's tall. She can handle the ball. She can do a number of different things. All right. So the Breeze, let's talk about them. So with the Breeze, Paige Buckets is the leading scorer for the entire game with 22 points. Rikia Jackson still at 10 points. Dominique Malonga has 11. Cameron Brink has 4. Kate Martin has 8. And Ariel McDonald has 2. Right? Dominique Malonga is actually having a very, very good game. 11 points, 11 rebounds, and but she has 4 turnovers. She has to work on those turnovers. That was something that was impacting Malonga in the WNBA as well. So if she can get that under control, and I think that a lot of her turnovers comes from, I'm not gonna say a lack of strength, but comes from her needing to acquire more strength or gain more strength, more weight, and to know when to dribble and when not to dribble. But she's going to get plenty of opportunities to figure that out with Unrivaled. Let's see here. Rikia Jackson, again, had 10 points, also 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Paige Buckets, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block. Let's get back to the Phantom. Aaliyah Boston also has 3 rebounds. Tiffany has 3 rebounds. Kelsey Plum has 5. Kiki has been doing her work on the boards with 8 rebounds. Yeah. So we'll see if Kelsey Plum is able to come back into action in the fourth quarter, because I know she went out. She had a nice little knee to thigh or knee to knee type of situation. And for the Breeze, we'll see if Cameron Brink is able to return to the game and Earl McDonald. All right, so yes, Kelsey Plum is back in action with the Phantom, along with Natasha Cloud and Aaliyah Boston. And for the Breeze, you have Dominique Malonga, Rakia Jackson, and Paige Buckers to start off this fourth quarter. Again, the first team, the 68, will win this game. Let's see who it's going to be. All right, Natasha Cloud, nice give and go. Easy work to Aaliyah Boston. Easy layup. All right, now Paige is bringing it up. Looking real confident, looking like she's about to get into her bag, but she passes it off to Rakia Jackson. Now it dumps it to Malonga. Paige gets it back, shoots it, no foul, and a miss. Kelsey Plum is bringing it back up. Dump off, Aaliyah Boston, easy work, but no points allowed. Okay. Malinga hit the two. 13 points. Great game. She's settling in. Okay, Kelsey Plum, give and go. Aaliyah Boston. What was that, buddy? And what was that? Now Paige took a little shot. I think she's okay. It's just a nice little shot. All right. She's limping a little bit. She okay. She's tough. Just a little bump. Just a little bump. All right, the score is now 59-53. First to 68. Let's see what happens. Paige looking like, yeah, that sucks. Getting hit like that sucks. But yeah. So again, all of these games are played in Miami, in the nice weather of Miami. There's always something good about Miami, right? But on January the 30th, Unrivaled is taking the show on the road. They will be in Philly. And the FanWire podcast will be pulling up for the action. Believe that. And also, just for your awareness, Unrivaled is actually having a watch party in person in Philly. Like, get the momentum going for the game, get people ready. Because that's another thing, too. Philly is going to have an expansion WNBA team once they get all this stuff together, right? So that's a team that's coming later on down the line. So all these pieces go together. So we'll be able to check some things out. All right, so back to the action. Breeze has the ball. Again, the score is 59-53. All right, Rakia Jackson has the ball now. Backing down Kelsey Plum. Mouse in the house. Should be, but no, she missed it. Kelsey Plum throws it to Natasha Cloud. Give it to Aaliyah Boston. Okay. Aaliyah Boston is going into the post, doing her work, trying to get it done early. Didn't quite get it done. Now, Kelsey Plum didn't make her layup. 3-on-2 action. And Malonga gets the ball off the rebound, puts it up, and gets fouled by Aaliyah Boston. All right. So, again, the first team to 68 wins the game. It's 59-53. Malonga is at the free throw line. Again, free throws are different in Unrivaled. If you hit one free throw and you miss the initial shot, that free throw counts for 2 points. So now the score is 61-53. Almost 7 more points for the Breeze, and this is over. All right. So the Phantom is is this is becoming a physical game. All right. So they're trying to get Aaliyah Boston the ball, and Kelsey Plum was there too, and Kelsey Plum ended up on the ground. All right. Okay. They're trying to get it down low to Aaliyah, and Malonga is actually playing good defense. And okay, Malonga forces a bad shot, and he's able to get the rebound. However, she brings the ball up the court to try to initiate the offense, try to get it down low, and that results in a turnover. Okay. Aaliyah Boston gets hit with a moving screen. You're not able to get away with what you're able to get away with in the WNBA in Unrivaled. So, Aaliyah Boston has to get and set that screen a little bit sooner so that she won't be called for a foul and Unrivaled. All right. Rakia Jackson has the ball, swings it to Paige Buckers, and she's trying to keep it going. She loses her feet, and that got to be a travel. But no. Okay. All right. Turnover, shot clock violation. The Phantom gets the ball again. They're getting opportunities. Doesn't matter if they're going to capitalize on their opportunities or not, or they're going to let this one continue to go in the direction it's going. All right, Kelsey Plum gets a screen, comes around the screen, shoots a three, no good. All right, Paige comes and brings the ball down the court, dumps it down to Rakia Jackson, mouse in the house. Easy work. Score is now 63-53. Kelsey Plum, that's the one thing about Kelsey. Kelsey has a will to win, no matter what. And, okay, see, mouse in the house again, but it wasn't quite the case. Aaliyah Boston recognized the mismatch and came back and blocked the shot. Now, it's big on big action. So Aaliyah Boston was down low against Malonga, and Aaliyah Boston was like, hey, I'm the queen down here, and gets a bucket. So it's now 57-63. This game is tough. They call a timeout because there's no running clock now. It has nothing to do with time. It's about who gets to 68 first. Again, they still have a shot clock. Shot clock is a little different. Instead of 24 seconds, it is 18 seconds. Right? All right. So Aaliyah Boston has 18 points. Tiffany Hayes has 18 points. Kelsey Plum has 12. Paige Buckets has 22. Rakia Jackson has 12. And Dominique Malonga has 15 points. Dominique Malonga also has 14 rebounds. Tough. Okay. Yeah. They got a picture of they got a close up on Kelsey Plum. She definitely has a nice knee contusion. So she's gonna be icing that thing up for the rest of the week. All right. Paige is going to the bucket and hits a little turnaround in the paint off the pivot. And she gets fouled by Natasha Cloud, so she's going to the free throw line. Let's see if it'll get 2 more points on the bucket, on the board. And that'll be 5. That'll be so close, so much closer to the getting this game over with. All right, so Paige is at the bucket, at the free throw line, getting ready to shoot. And she gets the bucket. All right, so that's 2 more points. And the score is now 65-57. Okay, Natasha Cloud is coming up to set the offense. Pick and roll, Aaliyah Boston, nice little pump fake. Pivot. And he didn't get the bucket. All right, Paige is like, hey, it's on me. Let's see if I can get this thing out of here. Missed the shot. Aaliyah Boston with the rebound. Natasha Cloud is bringing it up. Natasha shoots a 3. That's the one thing about Natasha. She got ice in her veins. She hits the 3. Scores 65-60. If the Phantom can get a couple stops and get some buckets, They might get the victory. However, Rickea Jackson has the ball. Easy work. Easy work. It's now 67-60. One more point for the Breeze and this is over with. All right, so the Phantom has the ball. They're swinging it, trying to get the best shot. Tiffany Hayes is taking it on Paige. And Paige looked like she blocks it again. Yeah, she blocks it again. And it's now 3.8 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what the Phantom is able to do. Okay, they throw it in and literally almost threw it away. All right, so Tiffany Hayes gets it and tosses it up, and she hits the bucket. Okay, the score is 62-67. The Phantom has no other choice but to get a stop and get another stop to try to get this game. Actually, probably will need 3 stops. So, score 62-67. So, let's just say this. If the Phantom are able to tie the score up and it's still 67-67, if that means that I believe it's the first team to win by 4 points or something like that. We'll see what happens if we get there. All right. Okay, so the Breeze has the ball, 67-62. Let's see what happens. All right. Paige has the ball. And okay, so she gives it to Malonga at the top of the key. They give it back to Paige. They try to do the pick and roll. Didn't work. Okay, Rickea is coming through. And Rickea is fouled going to the rack. Feel like she may have twisted up her ankle just a little bit, but not a whole lot. All right, so if Tiffany Hayes hits this bucket, it is all over for tonight. So let's see if the pressure is on Rickea Jackson or she got ice water in the veins. Ice water is in the veins. This game is over. Rickea Jackson hits the final bucket. Is now the ending score was 69-62 with the Breeze over the Phantom. All right. Aaliyah Boston, 18 points. Tiffany Hayes, 20 points. Kelsey Plum, 12 points. And that's for the Phantom, the Breeze. Paige Buckers, 24 points. Rickea Jackson, 16. Dominique, 15. This was a great game. This was a nice action-packed back and forth game. Good game. Again, there were 4 games today. Let's give you the breakdown of the games, and we could be out of here. This was a good run tonight. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And yeah, if you haven't already, like the video. It only takes 2 seconds. And also subscribe to the channel so that you can be aware of everything else we dropping. All right, so the first game that came on at 1 o'clock that kicked off season 2, the Miss beat the Hive 72-56. The Laces beat the Vinyl 58-42. The Rose beat the Luna Owls 80-60. And the best game of the night, the closeout for the night, the Breeze beat the Phantom 69-62. So get ready for some more games because they're on the way. The next set of games will be, let's see. The next set of games will be on Friday. And actually, it's games all weekend. So we have games on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All right. So get ready. So on Friday at 7:30, you have the Vinyl taking on the Rose. Then you also have the Breeze taking on the Hive. And Saturday, the Luna Owls take on the Phantom. And the Laces take on the Mist. And that Sunday, you have the Rose taking on the Breeze and the Hive taking on the Vinyl. So Get ready to tune in at 7:30 sharp on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then on Monday too, because you got the Mist taking on the Phantom and the Laces taking on the Lunar Isle. All right. So your game action is at 7:30 on Sundays, or actually on your game action is on 7:30 and 8:45, and that's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So get ready. All right. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is your host, Delano, on the Fan Wine Podcast. You know, we always talking that good talk about the Washington Mystics, WNBA, Unrivaled, pretty much anything women's basketball. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll be right back at y'all as soon as we can. We out of here.